Welcome to the Entrepreneur Podcast, where we take a look inside the lives of the accomplished and successful businessmen and women. We'll get up close and personal with the founders of booming startups. So lean in and prepare to carry away something to skyrocket your own business. Please subscribe to our show and do leave us a review. It means a lot to us. Now, here's your host, Rajiv.
Hey listeners, welcome to the Entrepreneur Talk Show. I am your host Rajiv Unikrishnan, and this is the show where we talk about entrepreneurship and speak to great founders, entrepreneurs and investors. Today we have the Suddan as founder and CEO at Mintly, an online place for sales professionals in retail, FMCG and finance industries, primarily in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities in South India. Welcome, Suddan.
Thanks, Rajiv. Thanks for having me on the show.
All right, just a brief intro. So Suddan is originally from Coimbatore. He did his studied at BE from the Bharatiya University, then went on to do his MS from NDSU, Fargo, US, then to an MBA from Kelly School of Business and a personal leadership course at the Columbia Business School. He's also a regular contributor at the Huffington Post, the YFS Magazine, Hans India, and few more. Again, welcome to the show, Suddan. Do fill in the gaps, if any, in the intro, and do let us know what's going on in your world today.
Sure, yeah. It's exciting. Entrepreneurship is all, it's all about passion, figuring out, how can you make the lives of people better.
Yeah.
And, I always constantly push myself every day, 1% improvement,
Great.
I look at for four areas like my financial, spiritual, the emotional part, and the personal life as well. So
Okay. So, of course, before we get into product, any passions outside of work?
passions like I'm a runner, and
Okay.
I run half marathons pretty much. I don't like full marathons anymore. It's not my helping me. And I read books. I'm probably read about 6 books a month,
Okay.
and I write about 10 to 12 new ideas a day.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, so that I got inspired from one of my virtual mentors, and his name is James Altucher. He's one of the New York Times bestseller author and a terrific guy. So I decided, if I want to push my limits, the only way is to test my my mindset. So come up with ideas like observe some things going around me and figure out how can I do better and come up with some crazy ideas. Some are really stupid,
Yeah.
Hey, it is what it is. You got to test the waters all the time, and
That's
you never know
right.
when you're
That's
gonna
right.
hit. Yeah.
That's right. So great. So, of course, coming to the inevitable question is, what inspired the idea for Mintly?
This actually came probably about a year back. So when we started our original company called HR Cube about
Okay.
2 years back,
Mm-hmm.
that was actually connecting the mentors with the job seeker and employers. We started in the US and we scaled into the Indian market. And in June last year, we had about three of our retail clients in India came back with the same problem. They said, IT, we can find the talent; in sales, we could not. Then we looked into the details why it is a problem, and we found out there's a huge gap. Plus, people have a misconception about sales. Even now, if you think salesperson, they think, oh, you are broke, you don't know, you're not an engineer, you are not a doctor, you're a lawyer, you just don't know any other career, so that's why you picked sales. And they always think as a sales a door-to-door salesman, which is not
Okay.
true. So
That's right.
we thought there is a responsibility for us to create an awareness about sales as a career and also try to bring more people into sales. So they said, okay, let's start another platform. Then we started Mintly, and it came from the word mint, like minting money they call. So we thought, okay,
Okay.
let's come up
Got
with
it.
a word called Mintly. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Great. And so, what would the vision for the company be, Sudhan?
So we want to. The moment you think about sales,
Yep.
we want to think about Mintly. Okay.
Okay.
So if you're a sales professional looking to enhance your career, come to us. If you want to read more content about sales, come to us. If you want to connect with other sales professionals, come to us.
Got it. And so, you ran HRQ for how long before you pivoted to Mintly?
It's about 15 months.
Okay, great. And so this primarily happened, again, the customers you spoke to were from India?
Primarily India, and also we validated with our some of our the clients in the US market,
Okay.
and we found out it's a niche market where we can go after and build it. Yeah.
Okay. So, other than you, are there any other key people who helped you take this project off the ground?
It's a teamwork, and I have a team of about 12 people, and we work like a day in day out, and trying to scale that up. And we face some challenges, like as we expected, and it took us some time to convince our positioning to the market. And now the clients understand where we are, and they come back to us. And a lot of times we see more repeat clients coming to us.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been exciting, and we are able to add a lot of value to our clients, and they come up with suggestions. They come up with like, hey, why don't you do this? Can you add more, services to the existing product? Okay, so
Correct.
that's exactly where the trust comes into.
Okay. So, looking at the product which I did, so you have three primary types of profiles. So you have a user, employer, and a mentor, right? So, how does it work for each one of them?
So from an employer perspective, like they go and post a job, and typically they can do within 30 seconds.
Okay.
And then once they post a sales job, we have our own algorithms. So we match the top 5 candidates against those position, and then we have our mentors. So mentors will do the interview part.
Okay.
We crowdsource the interview part, and then they rate, and we'll get the top 3 candidates for a position. Okay, from a job seeker perspective, okay, I want to get a job in sales, so they go and upload their resume, or they do a 3-minute video resume. What it means is like who I am, what's my background, why I need this job, and how I can add value to the client. Okay, so
Okay.
that part, like we have internal people, we'll review what's the video, and then we filter and then send the top 5 videos to our mentors. Okay. So what we're able to unleash is that a lot of people don't have, or they've never spoken in front of the mirror to themselves.
Correct.
It's like a self-introduction. And once we are able to do that, the client is able to judge, okay, this candidate can be a good fit for sales or not. Because at the end of the day, sales is all about, it's not about the resume. Okay, it's about like, can you sell this product or service to your customers?
That's right.
And we're able to save the time, and our clients cherish what we're doing actually. From a mentor perspective, they are seasoned people in the profession. So they participate in the interview process, and they get incentivized because nobody does it for free.
Correct.
So, yeah.
And so how are you getting these? How did you decide who the mentor should be?
So we have our own method of looking at the profile. Like we evaluate their LinkedIn profile and see, what is the interest are. And then we have like minimum of 5 years of experience in a certain industry. Then we look at their other accomplishments, and then we go about. And the part of the reason is, it's surprising. We found out a lot of people have the lot of skill sets, but they are not good at telling the story. They're not good at interviewing the candidates.
Correct.
So we pick people who are really good at that.
Okay. And do you all also do any training for the job seekers?
We do. We do more on-demand basis.
Okay.
Just for listeners, we are rolling out a next version of our pricing model, where it's going to be more exciting for the users. So like, for example, it's going to be 24/7 on-demand helpline.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah. So I can tell right now, it's for example, before you walk into the interview, you can call our 24/7 helpline, and then pick like, okay, I need 5 minutes of help or 10 minutes of help. So we will have somebody there who's going to help you and crack the interview.
Great. Okay. And your mentors are mixed. All from India, or it's from the US and from India?
Primarily for India-related positions, we focus on Indian mentors.
Correct.
We do have a couple of clients in San Francisco, So for them, we focus on the US based mentors because there is a, the interviewing part from the cultural perspective, there is a significant difference. And also the language perspective, there is a significant difference here.
Correct.
So we can classify, yeah.
Okay. So a revenue model would be it's per candidate that you find for employer?
Yeah, so currently we have a pay-as-you-go model. We are launching our next version where it's going to be more of a SaaS-based model.
Correct.
So for employers, so it's going to save them a lot of time and the cost. So
Okay, got it. So, I mean, you send me some growth stats. I mean, around 315 clients. I think this is be across the US and India?
the one I sent you was mostly in India.
India, okay. Got it.
Yeah, and on a month-by-month average, like we are adding about 20 new clients
Oh, wow.
in India.
Okay.
Yeah, and primarily our market is like a small to mid-sized sector because we don't go after the big MNCs in India. The reason being, there is another process-driven approach they follow. We love to work with small to mid-sized customers, our clients.
Yep.
And from a job seeker perspective, we are on an average we are getting about 150 new users every day.
Oh wow, that's a great number. So I mean, you're seeing expecting around 500,000 users by the end of 2017, right?
Right.
That's great. And you're expecting to be cash flow positive by Q2 this year?
We are almost close to cash flow positive in the last month and this month, but we are inching to be in a perfect cash flow positive by Q2. And I'm a strong advocate of a lean-based startup, and I truly believe in profitability and growth are the two significant factors for any startup. Has to be if they want to grow faster.
Absolutely. I mean, so we have all these different. Typical find the job sites in India, across India. What makes you all cut above the rest, or at least what you think makes you a cut above the rest?
We take care of our users. I'll give an example.
Yep.
There are there are about close to 147 free job sites in India. And they only focus on jobs, number one. Number two, anyone can go and post a resume and you wait for, somebody to call you or email you.
That's right.
We do within 24 hours. Okay. Within 24 hours, you get a call and then we look at what's your background and why you didn't get a job. We analyze you and we want to take care of you. So we have our own technology framework and then we have our own personalized approach on top of it.
Got it.
So the idea is there were situations where some users looked for some positions that we don't have, and we refer to our indirect competitors and say, "Hey, go and check it out, right?" We want to help them.
Yeah, that's true. So, you've seen both sides of the market. You've seen the Valley and you've seen India. So, what are the key challenges you see facing startups in India? Your experience again.
From my experience, it's a focus. Okay. And I think many of the startups too soon focus on raising the capital.
That's
true. And number one. Number two, I see, I'm another Me Too product. So what's the differentiation factor? Why I should come to you? Because there are many startups based on, somebody have done it in the UK or US. They try to copy it and then do it in India. I think, that's not a sustainable market because eventually, the guys in the US or UK, they're going to come back to Indian market too. And they're going to crush your competitive advantage.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a problem. So I see there must be a significant or exponential value that we offer compared to our competitors. If it's not, then I don't think we need to start a startup.
Correct. So moving out of the product part of it, so you've been with SAP for so long. During which time of this corporate life did you realize you were meant for entrepreneurship or you wanted to go towards entrepreneurship?
Oh, that was actually long back. I was very clear when I was in seventh grade. Hey, I want to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
And it was actually, it was funny. Like I think maybe it's a karma. I don't know. Like I was actually kicked out of a bus because I didn't have money to pay for the bus ticket when I
Oh,
was in
wow.
seventh grade.
Okay.
Yeah, and I end up walking so that I walked into the shopping mall back in India. So where there was open library at that time. So I read a magazine, an article about Honda, the founder of Honda. That was
Correct.
actually inspired me, you know. So I thought, what, I want to be like him one day. That was me.
Okay.
And it was actually constantly I was pursuing that internally, and as I was preparing myself every day. So the choices I made, and thank God my family didn't ask me why I did it. All the choices I made is out of my own thing. Nobody forced me. So, and I was preparing every day to be an entrepreneur, to build an organization where everybody's successful in
Yep.
the company.
Great.
So,
So, I mean, over time, who has inspired you the most?
um, inspiration like Soichiro Honda, the founder of Honda,
Mm-hmm.
and Tony Robbins is another. He played a huge role in my in my emotional part of it.
Correct.
Jack Ma is another inspiration for me.
Okay. Okay. And what's some of the best advice you've been given over time?
See, one of my mentors told me, because I always look at how the people are successful, and I want to adapt and then apply those things in my life. One valuable advice I'll never forget it. They say, what? If you want to be successful, three things you do: get up early, read books,
Mm-hmm.
and work out and eat healthy. Okay, if you do the three things, you will be successful.
That's right. That's true. Very true.
You know.
Yep. Yep. And something that's getting you and the team really excited at present, any new feature or launch coming up?
Yeah, so we are launching our new version of our site, which is going to happen in April 6th. We are doing it,
Okay.
and we actually intentionally we did the worst site we can ever current version, and we want to go back and do the best one. So we are all excited about that, and we already did some validation with our clients, with our
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
users. We're all happy about it.
Great.
So.
Where do you see yourself in your business in the next 2 to 3 years?
See, I have a goal. Like I want to help at least 1,000 people. In they made a- I made a or I my mentally made a big difference in their lives, and that's the most important we are looking at right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we are thinking in a year from now we're gonna do it. So and then once we have the 1,000 people who are big fans of mentally, so we want to double and triple them from there.
Great.
So,
All the best with that. So
okay.
now we move to a part of the show which is quick fire round, simple, brief answers. All right. So when people ask you what do you do, how do you answer that?
Helping people,
All right. What's the first word that comes to mind when I say work,
hobby,
family,
happiness,
entrepreneurship,
love,
technology,
friend,
food?
creativity.
Okay. And book?
Book, life.
Okay. And tell us which application you're using for your travel needs.
Airbnb,
Oh, great. And your meeting scheduling?
Zoom.
Oh, Zoom. Okay, that's great.
Yeah,
What's one piece of tech you can't live without?
obviously Kindle app.
Oh, your Kindle. Okay.
Yeah, no, Kindle app actually, and that's the only app I have it on my mobile phone.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah,
And what do you excel at that people might not realize?
commitment.
What is something you believe in that other people think is totally insane?
Visualization.
Okay.
Uh,
And your favorite city globally?
New York.
Oh, lovely. Perfect. So, finally, any last thought or piece of advice that you want to give our listeners, Sudhan?
So do something. Even if you strongly believe you're gonna fail.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
That's true. Please let our listeners know how they can reach you and also Mintley.
They can visit our website mentally.in, and they can connect me on LinkedIn.
Okay.
I'm always willing to help them out. Yeah.
Great. Again, Sudhan, thanks for taking the time to talk to us and inspiring our listeners to start their own ventures. And all the very best at building Mintley.
Thank you, Raju. Thank you for having me on your show.
Great. Same here. Do visit Mentally.in and visit us at theasianentrepreneur.com to get the show notes. And please subscribe to our show on all the platforms and leave a review on your thoughts about this show. Thank you.
Thank you for listening, and please subscribe to the show so you don't miss an episode. In the meantime, head over to theasianentrepreneur.com and check out show notes and other information to motivate you in your entrepreneurial endeavors.